Welcome everybody. My name is Maralee Burnett. I am your tarot reader and astrologer, back with the messages for the week of August 7th of 2023. If you are new or just returning to my channel for the first time, don't forget to click on subscribe. Be sure to like and comment, and each week as I post these videos, you will be updated that I have new content available. So this week, amazingly, is a little bit more relaxed than what we've been dealing with in the past, gosh, it seems like months now, as far as the astrology goes. Probably the biggest thing that you will want to pay attention to this week is Mercury. Mercury in Virgo is in what we call pre-shadow phase. So these are the degrees that Mercury travels over once and gives you a first glance at what you need to understand. Now, Mercury's at home in the sign of Virgo. This is its second home, Gemini being the first. And in Virgo, Mercury is very much focused on the details. It's focused on health. It's focused on healing. It's focused on spreadsheets and checklists and getting things done. It's also much more grounded in the sign of Virgo compared to the air sign of Gemini, where it's moving around very quickly. In Virgo, it is more thoughtful. It is all about having good processes and being able to think through things end to end. I lovingly refer to my Virgo peeps as OCD because they have so much attention to detail that it can at times seem overwhelming. So these are the important weeks when Mercury is moving forward that we should be paying attention to what's showing up for us. Specifically maybe where your health is concerned. Of course, it depends on where you have this Virgo energy in your chart. But there's things that you're thinking about. There's details that you're noticing. There's something that you're seeing that you want to dig into more, and you will. When you do that is likely to be around the 23rd of August, when Mercury will go retrograde at 21 degrees. For this week, it's not going to be quite to its retrograde spot, but it will be very, very close. And as it goes retrograde, we're also going to be having a new moon in Leo close by. So that's next week, and we'll get more into those details then. But for this week, you know, your assignment is really to pay attention to those details and to whatever things are showing up for you that you feel like you have to have a plan for, that you need to start building some structure around, and maybe it's just some health issues or concerns that you need to dig into a little deeper. I have a couple of great options for you that'll put the links to just above here as well as below, where you can connect to the energy of Virgo through one of my self-hypnosis videos. And in that video, I help you do a complete cleansing of your entire body. So if health is your concern, this might be a really great week to give that hypnosis session a try. The other thing that you can do when we have a week where no planets are changing signs, the nodes aren't making any different kind of connection, it's not like anything fated is happening this week that you haven't already been working on, it's a really great time to be journaling with the moon. You can follow the moon every day this week and start to get in touch with your feelings and your emotions and understand how that changes based on where it is that the moon is in the sky. So as this week starts off, we have a really juicy moon. It's in its home away from home in the sign of Taurus, where it really likes to indulge. You might even say Monday would be a really good time for you to be indulging in some comfort foods or indulging in shopping, right? It's like all those Taurus things that you really want to dig deep and enjoy. That's a good day to do it. So you can follow along with that. What you'll find on as the week begins with the moon sitting next to Jupiter in Taurus, that can expand on your feelings and your emotions in a good way. It can also expand on your intuition. So Monday would be a really good day to check in and, again, pay attention to what those little quiet voices are trying to guide you to do. And then you would just literally have that same experience on Tuesday. But on Tuesday, the moon is speaking with Uranus, and we are a little surprised by our emotions. Maybe we're surprised by some kind of an intuitive download that comes through for us. And so it goes on and on. It's just a great way to learn about yourself and your energy as you follow along with the moon. So you would do that for the next few days, and you'll see the moon go through Gemini, then you'll see it go into its home sign of Cancer, and get an idea of how you feel when that is where the moon is, and then how does that compare to your own moon, for instance. As we get into the weekend, we are going to be at a point where Venus is Cazimi with the Sun. This is important for your Venus retrograde work, and I'll just say a big shout out and thank you to those who joined me for the free webinar on that. It was really fun and I think pretty informative. If you're interested in seeing that, reach out to me and I will get you access to that free tutorial. When Venus comes back to meet up with the Sun, it is a cleansing moment. It is a rebirth moment. Venus transitions from an evening star to a morning star whenever she is meeting up with the Sun. And so we are at that place where right now Venus is invisible. The planet is too close to the Sun. It's too close to the horizon line. We cannot see Venus while she's going through this rebirthing process. She is, as we would describe, in the underworld, and that is where a complete transformation occurs. Once the Sun and Venus separate, then the way we approach love changes, the way we approach money changes. There is a significant shift. Even more significant, right, as this is occurring while Venus is retrograde, while that Venus retrograde has been part of a yod. This is an important checkpoint in your mission, your fated mission that you are currently exploring wherever you have Venus in your chart. So that aha moment, again, involving love or money, could definitely occur for you on Saturday. And on Sunday, the Sun starts moving past Venus, and it'll be another week or so before the Sun and Venus will be far enough apart from each other that that planet can reappear in the sky. So a little tutorial lesson there for you that I hope you find interesting. There's still a lot of work with Pluto and the nodes in their square, but it will begin to slowly dissipate because the nodes move backwards. Normally, they're always retrograde to a certain degree. And Pluto is sitting retrograde in Capricorn. But that means they will start moving away from each other because the nodes will move quicker. So whatever this goal of understanding you've had about your power, which is what Pluto is about, that we often see through fear, it's starting to kind of sink in. It's starting to make sense. It's starting to feel less intense. And as each week goes by, over the next month in particular, and these 2 points move away from each other, some of that intensity that we've been going through will also start to dissipate. So that is some of the big opportunities that we have this week. It's not every one of them, but I always like to give you some of the highlights. One other one that I'll call out on Friday is when we will have a chance for some healing. We talked about healing earlier when I was talking about Mercury and Virgo. And on Friday in particular, the Sun, before it goes to have its conversation with Venus, will be meeting with the asteroid Chiron. Chiron, our wounded healer, is showing us something that's blocking our self-confidence. And the Sun shines a light on that and helps us regain some of our confidence. So that's a bright spot to look at this week as well. All right. Now, we're going to move into drawing a tarot card for every sign. So as usual, I will remind you to make sure you watch for your sun, moon, and most importantly, your rising sign. All three of those together are going to give you a good idea of your holistic experience for the week ahead. Now, the rising sign is where things will likely be showing up for you. The sun is the ego self, and the moon is your emotional self. So take a look, make sure that you watch all three, of course, watch this tutorial, and always watch the summary at the end. I always have a little bit of something extra to share by the end of the video. All right, let us take a look. Up first is the sign of Aries, and as I pull these cards, I'm going to actually show them to you as I flip the deck. I'm going to suggest that the messages this week are going to be something about your Venus Cazimi moment and what you will need to know about Venus retrograde. So up first is Aries. The Queen of Gabriel, also known as the Queen of Wands, is a strong, independent woman who has a lot of passion. So this is either you or a woman that you will interact with this week who will inspire you. You are determined, passionate, and really ready to go after what it is you want. Now, of course, Aries, you are already a fire sign, so you're already passionate. So I don't think you need any extra help in this department, but there is something that maybe you can use the help of this mentor, this Queen of Wands woman, who will show up and help guide you in some way. Now, keep in mind that you have Venus retrograde going in your 5th house, the house that rules children, passion, your heart, your hobbies, your creativity. So there's something in that area that you'll have some kind of an aha moment about, a major reset occurring, and the reset is what's going to cause you to go dig deeper into whatever is shown to you. Gemini. Now we have, it's no surprise, more passion and wands. The 10 of Gabriel, or the 10 of wands, though, is saying that you've been through a bit of a ringer, Gemini, and instead of giving up, this is just to let you know that this final push that you need to make is a welcome relief, right? This is it. You're done. You have worked as hard as you possibly can, and now you will be ready to put your burdens down. So if you've been overworked lately, this is a sign that that is coming to a close. Now, the 10 reduces to a 1, so as a result of this being over, you have an opportunity for a new beginning to come in for you. This energy is happening in your 3rd house, which is actually the house that Gemini rules. So there is an important aha moment literally for you occurring as a result of this Venus Cazimi and this Venus retrograde that you're working on. Maybe it just is about communicating your feelings and your emotions and not feeling burdened by them anymore. Being able to put that burden down and just truly speak from the heart this week. So there may be a moment where you have to take a risk and really talk about how you feel this week. But as a result of that, this cleansing that you go through in this 3rd house for you, you feel more comfortable. Maybe you're not ready to dive in all the way, but you're ready to do some more exploration for the rest of the time that Venus is retrograde over the next few weeks. And then you'll be more comfortable consistently speaking about your feelings going forward. All right, up next is Taurus. Taurus, again, I can't make this stuff up. We have the 8 of Gabriel, and this is, again, a card about our passion. And when you see the 8 of Gabriel or 8 of Wands, that means you, Taurus, are going to see some swift changes coming in, and you will be off and headed in a new direction. And maybe it's a completely unexpected direction, but do not expect to be your stubborn self and not get moving. This is going to motivate you, and you will feel like you are just absolutely being called to go. Now, for you, this is happening in your 4th house of home and family. So this could be a physical move. This could be an unexpected move, something that requires you to maybe move somebody in unexpectedly. But there is definitely big changes happening at home. Maybe you have to travel unexpectedly because of family. Whatever it is, just know that this is going to catch you off guard, and you will need to respond really quickly. Now, this 8 energy, the 8 always means you have all the strength you need, but don't overflex, right? You need just enough. Would be, for example, don't drive too fast just because you're maybe feeling a little bit of anxiety about needing to get somewhere quickly. It's not going to do you any good if you hurry and get yourself in an accident. So just know that you are stronger than you realize sometimes emotionally, and you can handle whatever this is that's coming your way, but it is going to cause you to make a big change really quickly. Cancer. I always love the Cups cards in this deck, which is seen as the King of Raphael or the King of Cups. So this again is somebody that you're interacting with this week that helps you feel emotionally safe and secure. So if looking for love, this is the guy. This is the one you want, because this guy wears his heart on his sleeve. He's comfortable with himself emotionally, and because of that, he has no problem expressing his feelings for you at all. Now, maybe you need to be more about the King of Cups. Maybe you need to be more comfortable expressing your feelings and your emotions and sharing them with other people. But this is a feel-good moment that you're going to have with this Venus Cazimi energy. So when Venus and the Sun meet for you, they're meeting in your second house. The second house is the money that you make. And so with that, you want to really consider, am I doing something I love, and because of that I'm making great money at it? Or am I just doing something to make money but I don't love it? It can be a question that you have to face this week, and maybe you're going to have that aha moment where you're deciding it's time to make a change and time to start doing what you love instead. Up next, we have Leo. Of course, we're back to the Wands cards. And Leo being a fire sign. And when we see the Seven of Wands, Leos, this is something where you've got to take a stand this week. You are always so good at having fun, being the life of the party, and loving love, but something about that is going to cause you to pause this week, and it isn't enough to just have fun, but there's something that's going to cause you to want to make a stand this week, and you aren't going to be willing to back down from it at all. Now that 7 energy can have you reflecting a bit about whatever this is for you, but whatever you're thinking, this isn't something that you are going to be willing to change your mind about. So this is something that is important to you. This is happening in your first house. This Venus Cazimi moment, this big aha about yourself, about your physical body. There is something that when you have this experience this week, you know, it could be a complete makeover of yourself and how you present yourself to others, because you are, you know, no longer willing to accept something about yourself. So maybe you have a bad habit and it is causing you to not be the best version of yourself, and you finally will draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough, and I'm taking my power back, and I've got to be who I'm supposed to be. I've got to be showing myself as this powerful, passionate, loving, joyful, happy person. And if I haven't been doing that, that Venus Cazimi moment this weekend is going to help you see it, and then you won't look back and you'll start being your authentic self. All right, Virgos. You have our first major arcana card, and in this deck it's called Epiphany, but traditionally this is the Hermit card. If you follow me, this is how I came up with the name Guiding Light for my business, because this was the card I drew. So I always like it when I see it. It's like a reminder that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But for all of us Virgos, this is basically Venus Cazimi, right? You're this epiphany moment that you experience can create some sort of spiritual growth. This is a major arcana card, so this is a even more important opportunity this week where you can either be shining a light for others or you are seeking the light from someone else. So it's a really powerful transformation that you can go through this week that can bring a major level of enlightenment to you. Now that 9 energy means this is something that you're bringing to completion, and the Cazimi moment for you happens in your 12th house. Now the 12th house is, you know, things that are hidden. It is our connection to spirit. It is things that can have us feeling trapped. And so whatever this is for you that has you stuck or trapped, this moment where the Venus energy combines with the sun can release you from that. So this is this big burst of light that is coming through this lantern for you this week, where you just have a tremendous aha moment and a huge amount of release that opens up new doors and opportunities for you. Exciting. Libra. The Page of Ariel, also known as the Page of Pentacles, is a new opportunity of a financial nature that will be offered to you this week. So this is brand new. Think kind of like a startup business. The pages, you know, bring you information, but it's at the very, very beginning stages. So there's a lot more that you will want to explore, but it's a definitely good opportunity, right? Remember that Venus also rules finances. So Page of Pentacles would be a new financial opportunity being presented to you. So this is a message somebody else brings to you. Court cards are always the #1 energy. So this new beginning comes as a result of information that you receive from someone else about your finances. Now that someone else could be a friend because of the fact that Venus and the Sun are traveling together in your 11th house of friends and networking groups. Could also be something that you receive information from over the internet. Maybe you're taking a class over the internet. Something about the way that you connect to other people can help you have this aha moment. And once you have it, once you feel this connection to others, it may be something that leads you to a new job opportunity even. So that's some pretty exciting energy for you Libras. Scorpios. Now, in this deck, the number 8 is considered the Justice card. That is traditionally how Tarot had this card. And in current day, it has been changed to the Strength card. And now we have to think about, how do we bring justice, right? What is it that we are dealing with that is maybe legal in nature that we need to be restoring some balance in our lives with? So Scorpios, this energy for you that happens in your 10th house of career and status and your fame and reputation, there is something about your reputation this week that's aligned with justice or the legal system. And hopefully that's a good reason. Now, sometimes that 10th house can deal with signing contracts. You could be passing the bar exam. You could be getting married. Maybe you are getting divorced. But there's a change in your status that has something to do with the law. And you are going to be doing this activity so that you end up feeling more in control. That 8 energy is the energy of power and strength. So maybe it is that you've been putting off dealing with somebody and you have to file some actual legal documentation to protect yourself. So this will be something really important, right? It's a major arcana card, so don't doubt yourself. This is something that you definitely need to pursue and you need to follow through on. And as a result of restoring this peace and balance in your life, you are feeling at the top of your game. Your 10th house is you at the very top of your chart achieving a great success. There could be, again, whatever's blocking you from feeling successful, that's what that Venus and the Sun coming together, you know, can burn through and give you a new whole life, right? A new existence, a new fame and notoriety. But there is a big moment for you this week. So be ready for it. And wherever the scales are out of balance for you, know that by the end of the week, they are going to start to rebalance. Sagittarius. The Six of Michael is also known as the Six of Swords. When we see this card, we can tell that we're moving away from a situation that seems really dark and gloomy and headed to sunnier shores. So this is a beacon of light, basically, that says as long as you move forward instead of staying where you're at or staying stuck, there is, you know, a happy, joyful energy that is awaiting for you. That number 6 is aligned with joy and love and happiness and feeling good. So that's definitely where you want to be heading. For you, maybe that's about, you know, pursuing something that you really love, such as foreign travel. This Sun and Venus moment happens in your 9th house. So that's higher education. So you could be studying something, maybe studying abroad or just traveling abroad. But it is obviously the energy of going big. This 9th house is not where you play small. It is ruled by Jupiter, so it automatically expands what you love when you have Venus and the Sun meeting together. So if there's some kind of a block to you like completing your education, for instance, then that block will get removed and you will be able to move forward very quickly to pursue something that you're actually passionate about and will provide for you a huge growth opportunity, which is just what you love. That and travel. Capricorn. So you have another court card. This time you are looking at the King of Michael, also known as the King of Swords. This is somebody who gives you great advice. This is somebody who is not swayed by emotions. They are very logical. They can take all of the feelings and put them aside and help you think whatever this decision is that you need to make through in a logical, sensible way. They are also somebody who speaks very factually and will provide you with all the information you need. So this is either you being this way or you are interacting with this person. So just know that even if the information comes through a little sharply, these are swords that we're talking about, it's still important information that you need. In fact, with that one energy which the court cards carry, this information will help you start something new. You might start something that is about investing because of the fact that Venus and the Sun are meeting in your 8th house. This could be some kind of an investment that helps you pay off some debts. This is about planning. There's things that could involve taxes. This is definitely a good time to work with like a tax accountant or a financial planner. This would show you that this man knows what they're talking about, so you can trust the advice that they are going to give you. And in that 8th house, this is, you know, this is like a Cazimi moment. This is a big, huge transformation. This is a Phoenix rising moment for you this week with the Sun and Venus coming together. So this is a huge rebirth opportunity that you do not want to let pass you by, and you also don't want to stay stuck in it. When things burn to the ground, they burn to the ground so that we can rise above, and you will. Aquarius. Now, the Knight of Michael, much like the King that we just saw with Capricorn, also comes in swiftly sharing information with you, and the information that they share may send you in a new direction, right? Still a Court card, still that one energy. But this person comes in hard and fast. They share what they have to share, and then they are moving on. Again, this is not something that you're going to have some kind of an emotional response to. This is something that where your logic needs to be top of mind, which for you, Aquarius, as an air sign, that's not very difficult for you. You appreciate the facts. Now, this happens in your 7th house, though, of serious relationships, business partnerships. So there is some information that you receive about your partner this week that could give you an aha moment. Now, maybe communication's been difficult between the two of you, and this energy increases the need for communication. And with Venus and the Sun coming together in your 7th house, there's a chance for there to be a complete rebirth as far as your relationship is concerned. So if it's been difficult in your marriage, this is a week where you might finally have some breakthroughs and the healing can begin. And Pisces. We have the Sun card, so our final card of the day is another major arcana card, and our Pisces peeps out there have something really wonderful to celebrate. The Sun card is about joy and happiness and success, and that is how you feel this week. Extremely successful. The Sun is shining a light on you. You are in the spotlight this week, and it's going to feel amazing. This is also a new beginning, that the 1 and 9 together combine to just leave you with the one. So you are the one. You are the one that's shining bright, and your success invites in a new opportunity for you as well. Most likely related to your job, because this is happening in your 6th house of work and daily activities. You could have some major health breakthroughs, since this house also rules our health, but day-to-day activities too. Maybe you don't work, then it's something that you do on a day-to-day basis where you feel a huge amount of recognition and success. Even if you are a stay-at-home mom, your hard work that typically goes unrecognized now is in the spotlight, and you are being appreciated by those around you who see how hard you are working. All right, that is it. That is our summary. Those are some of the possibilities and aha moments that you may be happening for you this week. So keep me posted. I always love hearing your guys' stories and feedback and comments on the videos or on my Insta or Facebook page. So thank you to those that feel comfortable sharing. I feel very valued when you open yourself up and share a little bit of yourself with me. If you want to do more work with me in a very cost-effective way, come join my Sippin' Stars group. It's 11/11. We meet once a month as a group, and we focus on our new moon wishes for that week. That new moon will be in the sign of Leo. So it's all about what we've just been discussing as far as Venus retrograde and what we want to do with our heart, what we're passionate about. Where do we want a new beginning to come in? So all of those houses that I just called out for you this week will have an opportunity for a new beginning, most likely as a result of letting whatever this is this week be rebirthed. So everything happens for a reason. There are no coincidences. So the work this week with Venus is really important, and it's going to clear the way for your new moon that will happen here on August 16th. So if you join the Sippin' Stars group, what I do is give everybody a lesson about the energy of the sign of Leo. And we talk about what are the best wishes, how to write them, how to do a new moon wishing ceremony, and I take some time to actually read some of your charts. I usually try to read all of them, but it depends on how much time I have and how many people join. But I love giving you just a brief synopsis of what's going on for you specifically as well. So if you can't book a full reading with me, come join this group, meet with me once a month, meet with the group once a month, and learn some astrology. It's a great way to come together with like-minded people. So if you're interested, I'll put the link down below here for that as well. And I hope to see some of you there very soon. All right, guys, have a very wonderful week, and you can just walk around all week when you have those moments and just go, Cazimi! And know that whatever it was meant to be, and what's coming in its place will be so much better for you. All right, guys, I will talk with you next week. Have a great one.